All right, so hear me out. The blueprint has been laid on how to beat Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. We all saw that complete beatdown that the Eagles defense put on Patrick Mahomes, only allowing him 33 yards passing with 2 interceptions just in the first half alone. It's crazy how the Eagles defense was able to put all that pressure on Patrick Mahomes by only sending 4 rushers the entire game, accumulating 6 sacks while also getting 6 tackle for losses, and that's all by sending no blitz, by the way. Of course, the score and the stats look way better by the time the game concluded, but anybody with 2 eyes can see that that was a complete beatdown. And I'll say it was pretty much over before the second half even got started. Now, to be real, I have to give credit to the Chiefs' defensive game plan. I feel like they had a solid game plan, at least to start off with. You could tell right from the start they was focused on stopping Saquon in the run game, only allowing him 57 yards rushing off of 25 carries. That's only 2.5 yards per rush. Now, I'll say that's pretty good going off of what Saquon has been doing the entire season. Pretty much banking on if Jalen Hurts can efficiently get the ball down the field by passing. Now, I'll say, without hindsight, it was a good game plan to have. I wouldn't necessarily say Jalen Hurts had a bad season throwing the football this year, but let's be real, it wasn't nothing spectacular coming from the passing game on the Eagles side. But that's because they had a run-first team. And who wouldn't at the end of the day? If you have an offensive line like that with a running back that's special like that, you're going to run the ball. Now, getting back to the Chiefs, their mission was to stop the run, make Jalen Hurts throw it through the air, and make it a shootout because they knew they had Patrick Mahomes and his capability. Now, I have a feeling that they wanted the game to be played out like that because usually when the Chiefs get into a shootout, they usually come out on top. However, there was one variable that they didn't take into account. And to be honest, I don't think nobody took into account. I don't think anybody saw Mahomes having a bad game coming. And if you did, good for you. But I wouldn't put it all on Mahomes though. From bad offensive line play, from drop passes from receivers like Travis Kelce and D-Hop, who you think will be clutch in moments like these, and they just didn't come through. And then on top of all of that, just a lack of a run game. And that right there, a lack of a run game, is what I feel like is the main focus point. Having Philly's defensive line hunting Patrick Mahomes the way that they did, it was due to a lack of a run game. They didn't have them guessing on what play was going to come next. They pretty much knew that it was going to be a pass play almost every single time. And since that's the case, Philly's defensive line can play more aggressive. Now, going back to what I said earlier, I truly do believe that they wanted to have a shootout with the Eagles, but in that moment and how bad Mahomes was playing, they should have changed the game plan around. In that moment, go heavy run so you can get more defenders into the box. That way, you can open up the passing game with play action. Leading up into the drive where Patrick Mahomes threw the pick 6, they only ran the ball with Kareem Hunt for 2 yards. That ain't gonna cut it. And it's not like they was completely out that game, by the way. They was only down by 10 leading up into that pick 6. Even after the pick 6, I feel like the game still wasn't out of reach yet. Now, I do understand being down so early and so fast into the game that you're trying to hurry up and get back into the game. But they failed to realize that they still had time on their hands. Now, I know people saying that the Cooper DeJean pick 6 was the turning point in the game, but I actually feel like it was the Zach Bond interception that was the straw that broke the camel's back. By being down 17 after that play and then punting again on their following drive after that, they did so happen to stop the Eagles and make them punt to get the ball back and keep the game at 17. That was the drive. That was the drive that they should have started running the ball. However, backed up on their own 6, the first play of the drive, they chose to pass the ball, and it was an interception to Zach Bond. That play led the Eagles to scoring another touchdown, making it a 24-0 lead going into halftime, and the story was pretty much written from there. Congratulations to the Eagles for winning their second Super Bowl. This wasn't really a video about them. This was a video just addressing the downfalls and the blunders that the Kansas City Chiefs had put themselves into, and allowing this ass beating to commence. The Eagles on their side, I feel like they did everything correct. Anything the Chiefs had threw at them, they pretty much had an answer for it. So it wasn't really much to talk about for them. However, I still think it was a pretty good Super Bowl. I know a lot of people saying this is one of the more boring Super Bowls in recent memory, and I can see that though. For me, I enjoy watching football, so watching the final football game of the season is always going to be something special for me. But say what you thought of the game. You think the Chiefs could have did something different, or maybe the Eagles' game plan was just that good? Did you enjoy the game, or did you hate the game? Let me know down in the comments below. But man, football season is over and we have to wait another 6.5 to about 7 months. And yeah. But hey, the off season here, I'm definitely looking forward to that. And I'll be talking about the off season. So I'll see you in the next one. Peace.